Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here at BIM Coordinator Summit 2024, where we gather as a community of forward thinking professionals dedicated to pushing the boundary of the construction industry. Today, I will be discussing a topic that's critical to the success of any BIM project. My topic is related to the key considerations for effective BIM management. As we all know, the BIM is more than just a tool. It's a collaborative process and which requires lot of coordination and all those things. So let's see the presentation now. Starting with who I am, myself, Mohammed Nisar Ahmed. I'm a licensed professional mechanical engineer accredited by MMUP, Ministry of Municipality and Urban Planning from Qatar and SE Saudi Arabia. So currently, I'm working as a BIM specialist coordinator at WSV in the Middle East under project management division. So all these things I have experience, 9+ years of experience in Qatar, Oman, KSA, India, and currently I'm pursuing my postgraduate degree in global BIM management from Ziggurat Institute of Technology, and I have worked for around more than 15 projects, and I have experience in 15+ tools and 800+ coordination hours, which includes progress tracking, coordination hours, and etc. So going to the next slide is a disclaimer. The views, figures, and the explanations expressed in my presentation are those of the presenter and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any other agency, organizations, employees, or the company which has been mentioned in the slides. So the next is please note that any endorsements, there is no endorsements here. So now the software recommendations, whatever mentioned in my presentations, are solely based on my personal experience, and it may differ person by person. And I really appreciate the diversity in the opinions of each and every individual. So going to the next slide is agendas. We have 5 agendas in my today's presentation. First agenda is the project management and BIM. Next, we will have the BIM process. Again, it will be the common data environment, BIM deliverables, reusability, education, and training at last. So project management and BIM, the role of BIM in project management is very important. You know, the BIM has some specific capabilities which can be effectively used throughout the project life cycle. So some of those are summarized in below image. You can see I have primarily I have listed out the 4 stages of the project's life cycle, which will be like the stage one, which considered as a starting phase. And next, it is stage 2 to 4. It will be considered under the preparation phase of a project, and stage 5, which comprises of carrying out phase like construction, and stage 6 ending phase. And we have a lot of BIM capabilities which can be used throughout this project life cycle, starting from the collaboration and communication till the end of the project, which is a record modeling or as-built modeling. We have 4D time, we have 5D, all these BIM uses, which can be helpful for better tracking of a project, and which will be very useful in project management throughout the project life cycle. So here we have some capabilities in BIM for construction projects, which corresponds to the PMOK knowledge areas. You can see some of the BIM capabilities. Since the nature and role of each item is same, therefore BIM can be considered as an effective and powerful tool in managing all these things in construction industry. So you can see how integration in PMBOK knowledge area can be compared with IPT. Uh, Scope can be same, the nature is same like the element base in the BIM models, and time can be compared with the 4D BIM use, which is the construction sequencing, and the cost can be like the 5D cost, and yeah, 5D cost, and like this it can be comparable with all this PMBOK and knowledge areas. And some of the benefits and advantages we have here is like enhanced project collaboration among all the stakeholders. And of course, the productivity will increase. And for sure, by using the BIM, we will have a less rework in each project life cycle. And then there will be less conflicts and the changes in the project. And of course, there will be a better project quality in terms of performance is very good. And for sure, the project tracking and controlling is possible. Means in terms of BIM, if you are implementing BIM in a right way by integrating those with agile methodologies like the Scrum and all these things, we can easily track the project in better way. So of course there will be a faster project delivery, and the wastages can be reduced by implementing the lean principles in BIM, which again reduces the cost of the overall cost of the construction projects, and which will diversify the revenues and the business opportunities. My next topic is related to BIM process. How BIM has been revolutionized throughout the construction industry, as it is offering the digital approach to the project management and execution in the construction project. It is a process that involves generation of digital representations of a construction project in both physical and functional manner. So you can see how the BIM information flows throughout the project, starting from pre-concept stage till the operation and maintenance stage during the handover, which involves a lot of processes in each and every stage of a project life cycle. You can see at the end we have CMMS where the COBI spreadsheets are exported from the BIM models, and all BIM data related to the maintainable assets is validated in CMMS softwares like Maximo for the further operations and maintenance procedures, which is a facility management. Uh, we have mainly four stages of BIM process, starting from the planning and initiation, which I consider as a starting phase of a project. And next it goes for the design and development, detailed design stage, which I consider as a preparation phase. And next is the construction and implementation, where the carrying out process of the construction will go on, which I consider as a carrying out phase. And next, at last, we have operations and maintenance, uh, which I consider as the ending phase of a project. In terms of project life cycle, you can consider this as an as-built stage as well. So the next important part is the common data environment. The common data environment is a very basic thing, and it is very necessary in terms of BIM implementation of BIM. You can see the first image in right hand side how the CD facilitates the collaboration. You can see the project stakeholders, like the many stakeholders as well as the project members here, how they are collaborating and communicating before the CD. It's totally scrambled way. It's in the scrambled way. After the CD, after implementation of the CD, you can see how this collaboration and communication between the project members as well as the stakeholders is in the right organized way by using the CD. You can see the CD as a central hub where all the team members will collaborate. Uh, so that they can find all the information they need in a common place, which includes the BIM models as well as plans, contracts, more, and all other things, BIM and non-BIM data. Some of the benefits of CD I have listed out here are collaboration and coordination, secure data storage and centralization, as CD uh, can be facilitated as a common hub for all the project members. It will be a centralized platform. And next will be like the document management system. CD plays a very important role in terms of the document management and centralization. Next, the project analytics and reporting can be easily enhanced by using this CD common data environment. Next will be like the access control. For sure, we can control the access for each and every project member who is involved in the project and who needs what access for the folder, which folder need to be given access for that project member, which not has to be done. So by this, we can reduce the risk of leaks and all those things. For sure, interoperability with other tools is possible by using the common data environment, where we can view all the formats, just like the IFC can be opened, Revit can be opened, AutoCAD files, Navis files, whatever the file format is, we can easily open in CDEs without any limitations what we face in the conventional way before CDE. So next is the time saving and reduces the waste. By this, we can reduce the waste, and time saving is means it's a major benefit of using CDE. We will go through this one how we can reduce the wastages in our upcoming slide. So next is upgradable solution for every stage of project is very important here. Um, Whatever the project size is, whether it is a small project, whether it is a big huge project, it can be upgradable. The CD can be upgradable in terms of the information required from the client and a lot of stakeholders. So the next best practices that can be followed using CD, or I have just listed out some of the best practices here. I will not go thoroughly with all these things. I will just try to summarize these things. Uh, some of the best practices are like the logical folder structure. We need to align with the project phases, each and every phases, whether it is construction phase, as built, concept, detail design, whatever it is. The folder structure should be correctly maintained in each and every project life cycle inside the ACC. I have considered ACC as an example for CDE. So next is utilizing the real-time collaboration. We can utilize the collaboration tools which are present in the ACC for better review process and to expedite this reviews. Uh, for example, like the coordination spaces, we can prepare the coordination spaces for each and every project easily inside the ACC so that we can automate the class detection process on weekly, daily basis, and we can easily track the process in terms of the class resolution on weekly basis. This is a very good tool to implement all these things. Some of the things are like we can track the issues easily in model coordination section. Utilization of version control is very good practice in terms of the maintaining the track of changes which has been done in the BIM data. So in terms of reporting also ACC plays very important role. And next is like we can track easily the tools to document and manage any issues. We can easily prepare issues by model coordination inside the ACC. And for sure, we can standardize some of the quality checks within the ACC so that each and every stakeholder can align to this QA/QC procedures prior to submitting officially. So, of course, we can set up communication channels by using the correspondence tool inside the ACC, which is very helpful in terms of the project tracking, especially for if you are working in a lot of projects like 10 to 12 projects, very hard to track the progress of the project and communication need to be done in proper way. Then for sure, the correspondence tool helps a lot for this. So next is the BIM deliverables reusability. In this slide, we will go through how we can reuse the BIM deliverables and how best we can contribute to the carbon reduction and the net zero ambitions. Uh, let's go through this quickly. Following the information lifecycle concept and setting information requirements with information delivery in mind, we have to keep in mind that what need to be required for the BIM delivery so that we can reduce the waste and so that we can over work on that particular thing. So every stakeholder need to adhere to the information handover principles to the BIM models and related deliverables. This is a common thing which each and every stakeholder need to align how he has to hand over the BIM data. So he should not think of only handing over the data. He should also think how the data can be reused for the next project life cycle. Let's say if the project data, if the BIM models has been handed over for IFC stage, he should think of how best uh, my BIM data has to be reused in the upcoming construction phase without like overworking on that one. How best we can reuse this thing. So this each and every stakeholder need to keep in mind. So each deliverable should have a clear task at improving main project features like cost, time, quality, and risk. We need to have a look on this one whenever we are submitting the BIM deliverables. So each and every BIM deliverable should be able to reuse throughout the project life cycle. We need to avoid re-entering and all these things. So each deliverable should be structured in line with the existing project management with QA/QC protocols. QA/QC protocols are very much necessary so that we can reuse our models in a best way. So let's see some of the best practices how we can maximize the reusability of this BIM deliverables. We can create and maintain the BIM libraries for a lot of families like doors, windows, furniture systems, MEP systems, and all these things, which can be reused in the next project life cycle, next stage of the submissions, or it can be used for the different projects. By this way, we can reduce the time and we can reduce the waste in terms of overwork. By this thing, we can easily contribute to the net zero ambition. So we can break down the models into modular components or systems that can be easily reused in the other projects as well. And we need to develop some of the reusable annotation sets like dimension styles, text styles, and all these things so that this can be applied to the other projects. We need to maintain all these things in our library so that we should avoid the rework as well as the wastages so that we can contribute to the net zero. And one of the important thing is the utilization of open standards like IFC, MVD. This is a very interesting thing that we can easily reduce the waste here. You can see in the figure one, it has shown that the traditional approach is like scramble, where there is no usage of IFC format. And by using the IFC approach, keeping in mind the IFC approach, uh, all the things has been organized in the next image. You can see all the parties who are involved in the project are organized in a proper way. So by this way, we can enhance the interoperability also, which will facilitate the reuse in different contexts, and we can contribute to the net zero. And the next is the creating data-driven BIM models, which allows comprehensive energy performance analysis. This is very important thing in terms of net zero. We can contribute a lot by performing the energy analysis inside our BIM models prior to construct that on site. So by these things, we can easily minimize the energy consumptions by assessing that through the analysis of structural beams, columns, and all these things, especially the electrical power consumption analysis, all these things. We can reduce a lot of things. We can optimize our design by doing all these things, and for sure there will be a lot of reduction in the carbon emissions by doing those things. Next is the utilization of CDE and version control. This is a very good practice to track the progress of any project, any BIM project. We can keep track on the file when it has been uploaded, and of course, the version control is a very good thing that we can easily get the updated data to the all parties. You can see in the figure two, it has been indicated how the project will go through the loss of information in each and every project life cycle. In design phase, in procurement, building, operation phase, we have a lot of data loss. So by enhancing the use of CDE, we can easily reduce the loss of information, and also we can contribute the net zero ambitions as well. So next is the education and training. As we are progressing in BIM, there is a lot of developments in terms of BIM, and AI is also collaborating in this one. We are progressing very fastly in terms of the BIM. How it can be seen in next 10 years is like it's a huge development in terms of BIM. So in this scenario, we have to educate and we have to train in the proper way, and our trainings should influence all the BIM specialists in the organization, and the training must be related to the function of each employee and the role they possesses, both in company and in the projects. Some of the key issues include we need to calculate the tender and deliver a bid. It is necessary to understand the legal and economic implications of what is being requested and which deliverables are need to be included in that. We should not overproduce the things and we should not underproduce the things. We should align with what has been asked from the client and what is the requirement from the client. So we need to understand and we need to educate this thing. And next is to manage the BIM project. It is very necessary to understand the new ways of interaction and deliverables for each and every stakeholder, and how to use the BIM technology to manage time, quality, cost, and risk. We have a lot of things in terms of BIM use like 4D, 5D. We need to educate in all these things to the BIM specialists so that they can make use of all these BIM users for better results of a project. So next is the designer needs to learn how to implement more of the information into the model instead of separate documents, and to use a model throughout the process. The designer also need to understand that the model is the main deliverable and the primary focus, and this must be understood from the designers that they should rely on the BIM models, which will give lot of information, which is less compared to that of the documents and all other things. So opting for the training programs affiliated with the BIM software provides or the industry partners that ensure access to the latest tools. Always we need to keep an eye on the BIM software providers. They're always providing a lot of information related to the certifications and all those things, and the training programs as well. This will help a lot for the BIM specialists to enhance their skills, because in terms of skills, the BIM is improvising in day by day, and we need to upgrade ourselves. So at last, I would like to conclude my presentation. My recent publications, you can see some of recent publications which I have done collaborating with the BIM heroes. There is a BCS. So future trends and innovations in BIM planning and execution. And next is the lessons learned and best practices in BIM. And these are some of my publications you can see through the LinkedIn as well. Thank you so much for providing me an opportunity for having a presentation in this a great event. Please try to connect with me, as well as try to mail me if you have any questions related. Always try to connect with me on LinkedIn. As always, I'm always there to answer your questions. Thank you so much.